Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the patch notes for update 3.2 for Jurassic World Alive. I should have honestly released this a little bit earlier, but I just had some stuff to do and not really lazy, but I was like, should I really upload this? But there's just some stuff in here I want to talk about, and it's just I don't really know. Anyway, let's get on with the actual video, shall we? Anyway, so update 3.2. This has been an update I've been waiting for quite a few weeks now, and I really could not care less about anything else in the update except two or more things. So we're gonna start with what everyone wants to talk about, the Omegas. Nobody cares about the Omegas, but some people do. Anyway, actually, so I went over the notes, and the Uterenus, it's actually an Omega that I'm interested in what it can do. It looks weird and unique at the same time. Like that color scheme usually, like we have not seen a color scheme like that, and I'm pretty sure never. So we've never seen a color scheme like that. And it says here, I'm not gonna bore you with all the reading. You could do that yourself. Anyway, it has group fear strike, roar, critical ambush. Oh, sorry, I cannot talk today. I need water. Alert critical rush. So you unlock this at level 6, and I'm not really too set on that. Anyway, the next move, I'm like, what the hell is this? Ferocious Restore? This thing's basically a mix between Mortem Rex and Giganix and Rexy and what have you. As Ferocious Restore, that's something I didn't expect. And Critical Escape, so that looks like a strike move. And it looks like it can be easily, what's the term for it? It can be easily manipulated or taken advantage from by the opponent, which is why I never really like strikes on escape, because I rather prefer the no escape passive rather than a no escape strike, because your opponent can just tank that hit, swap, and kill you. And it's not really, not really one of my favorite moves, but I know some people like it, so I guess there you go. It has Alert Fierce Rampage, so I think this is what the 93 T-Rex has. I'll have to double check. Oh, Hamalicephale is also an Omega. Actually, what are my thoughts on Uteranus? I think it'll be good. It'll knowing Lydia, they're definitely gonna put some busted resistances on this thing. If I had to bet, probably speed decrease, immunity, probably speed swap prevention immunity, maybe some distraction resistance. Who knows? I'm just going off of trends from the past. It looks decent. I think it'll be a viable fierce once the whales get it up, because normal people like us aren't gonna get this thing until 2053. Hamalicephale, which is an Omega. This thing looks like it came from Jurassic World Evolution 2. And I don't know, we'll have to see in the actual game what it looks like, but it does look like something from Jurassic World Evolution 2. So it has a Bulwark. Okay. That is a weird sounding name. Group Resilient Impact. Swap in Heavy Charge. Okay. So at level 6 you get that. Bellowing Impact, level 11. Head to Head, level 16. It Wait, that's it? Wait. Well, I was expecting like 5 other moves here. Well, goddamn. Okay. You have Uteranus with like one, two, three, four, five, 6 moves, and then you have this thing with one, two, three, four, 5 moves. Well, I mean, I was expecting like a whole another list of moves, but oh well. This thing looks decent. I think it'll be a pretty solid resilient. Turn in terms of usage in the meta, I really don't know. We have a lot of fears coming, and I think this thing is gonna be solid, but it's gonna get killed pretty quickly, in my opinion. I don't really think it has the damage output, and I don't really think it's gonna be as bulky as well. So yeah, it's meh. So we have the Masiacosaurus. I think I'm saying that right. Masiacosaurus, which is another Omega, and this vicious lizard has very unique dent. I keep butchering every single word. Like I can read that perfectly fine on like a normal Wednesday or whatever, but because I'm recording, obviously I'm gonna fuck up my wording, right? So, is this thing a dinosaur or is this thing a lizard? Hold on, let me do a quick Google search, because okay, so Masiacosaurus. So it says animal. Is this the Oh, so it's like a dino Oh, I've seen that thing. Oh, Jesus Christ, that thing looks ugly. I I just, why does it look so goofy? Anyway, Thievish Strike, Instant Dodge Impact, Swap in Ambush Rend, Fade. Fade. I think this is one of the best moves from what I was reading. No Escape Rend, so again with the strike is on escape. This thing is gonna get taken advantage of so easily with that no escape run. I've seen it with Segna Theosaurus. It would be great if I had dig in on escape, but no escape run just gets abused so much, especially in the D Sung matchup. Weakening, decimate, and run. So, what are my thoughts on this thing? Going off of this and what I've read from the moves, this thing is gonna be pretty solid. Fade is, in my opinion, one of the better moves in the game. So we'll have to see how that works out. Sorry, I'm just turning down my phone because I don't want to get fucking jump scared by 15 notifications. Anyway, I think it's gonna be good. It's with that no escape brand. I think it's gonna get abused very quickly. Really interested to see how Maasiacosaurus works out. Fade is a very strong move. I think your opponents are gonna have a really hard time dealing with this thing once it gets that off because we can decimate. Again, all of us newbies are not going to have this thing until 2055. So, like it's going to matter. This only applies to the people who like spending their life savings and grandma's health insurance. Ratovates is another Omega, like we need any more of those. And it is a, it's got, let me, like, cause yeah, Ratovates, it has a lot of double and triple hits and I'm very interested to see how this thing goes out. And then, of course, as the frustrating rending takedown. So you're gonna be you and your opponent are gonna be very frustrated fighting this thing. Shrill victory on escape. I expect to win all my matchups with that. What do I think of this? I think it's again solid. I'm still more excited to use Uterenus. Well, not really use because I'm not going to be able to use it. Well, rather look at Uterenus because Elevates is a glass cannon. I feel like it's gonna take like one, maybe two hits, and then it's just gonna die. But with offensive stance, you should be able to take quite a few punches. Not rather like I don't know. I'm just stuttering on my wording. Dear God, stutter. Fuck off. Shattering triple jab. Shattering triple jab is gonna be another move that I'm pretty sure hits three times. So if you're quicker than Flox and you have a decent enough attack, well, you can kill a lot of them in one hit pretty much. So that's good. If you don't like Flox, go for this thing. And now we have Allura Titan. This thing is also interesting. Allura Titan, it's got two rampages, so it's this thing's gonna hit pretty hard as well. Counter counter vulnerability, group invincibility on escape. So what? Like you can't use this in raids because you can't swap out. So is this meant to be like? Is this a typo? I think it might be a typo. But this thing is pretty powerful with those two rampages, ferocious assisted rampage and rampage intervention. And Tanatosaurus, one of the dinos getting buffed, is getting rampage intervention. I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, Tanatosaurus has just become the most OP dino in the game. So why wouldn't you want to use this? I'm just gonna like I've just glossed over every single apex. If you want my thoughts on Allura Titan, I think it's gonna be another really strong resilient. It's going to pack a punch if you can't really deal with it, and it's probably gonna heal all of its health back because that's what every resilient does nowadays. Oh yeah, I forgot we had another. Oh dear God, that name is gonna absolutely give me that name. It's gonna like channel some kind of evil witch or something. I don't know. I'm gonna like Geosternbergio. I have been like looking at dinosaurs, or rather studying whatever the hell you want to call it. I have been watching dinosaurs for like 14, 15 years now. And I have never heard of this thing. I have no idea what like how I've heard of this thing, but I've apparently this is the first time ever hearing of it, other than the data mines. Ferocious Flying Strike, Fierce Impact, Swap In, Dive Ready, Gnawing Rampage, and Dive Bomb. Also has On Escape Dive Ready as well. I think this thing is gonna be a beast if I gotta be honest. That thing looks really good. Ferocious Flying Strike gives you the bulk that you need. It gives you like a damage boost. And swap and dive ready is going to be really challenging for your opponent to handle if they can't remove dodge or something. Because you can just dive bomb it. And I'm pretty sure this is a 5 times hit as well. So that's going to really hurt your opponent. And plus, you got like a devouring move right here. So that's really going to pack a punch. I think this Pterosaur will be like the only Pterosaur that makes it into the meta. Vexus is kind of trickling its way in the meta, but people just use it as a fun dino. Yeah, I give this thing a solid 8 out of 10. If you want my ranking on all of these Omegas, I'm going to hopefully have a tier list out by the next week on everything, and you'll see that. But I give Uteranus a solid 7 out of 10. Give Hamalocephalae maybe a 5, 6 out of 10. Asiacosaurus, I give it a good 8 out of 10. I cannot. You know what? Just whatever. You get a 7 out of 10. And Allura Titan gets 7 out of 10 as well. This thing gets a 9 out of 10. Probably 10 out of 10. That thing looks very strong. We'll have to see its stats and resistances, but it's most likely going to be very OP. And Namgaya, another non-hybrid unique, which will probably, and I'm calling this, will probably be an exclusive. So this thing, I read through it. It looks very strong, and I really did want to use it, but since it's probably going to be exclusive, I'm not going to be able to. So already we're starting off Unescaped Rampage, Critical Counter Strike, Instant Devious Strike, Critical Sidestep, Cunning Devious Impact, Cunning Rampage, and it's reactive. At the end of turn, if dealing critical damage, target heal 25%. So I don't know if that's if you have a critical chance, like if you have your boosted, or if you're doing critical damage. Pretty sure if you're dealing if you get a crit, you heal 25. This thing is going to be a must for all of the players that have this thing at tier 5. This is something you absolutely want to get. It's probably the best tier 5 move in the game in terms of usability, in my opinion. I mean, I haven't really gone through every tier 5, but from what I've seen, this is the best tier 5. If you're doing like what you have 1, 2, 3, 4, like we have 4 moves that just deal straight up crit damage. So you're going to be healing a lot. And with that dodge, you're also going to be taking minimal damage. You have the distraction as well to help you out. This thing is a very strong unique. Solid mid-tyrant in my opinion. Be crazy strong. On Escape Rampage, that thing is just, it's going to be a menace to fight in tournaments. Titanoboa has it. This thing as well. Oh my god. Yeah, this thing is nearing the top of High Tyrant, but because it's probably going to be a glass cannon and you know, it's a cunning as well, so, you know, a lot of resilience can take advantage of it. I think it's a solid mid. All right, going on to our next unique, we have the Crimson Chin. The Pantherator. Sorry, I don't know what came over me. Anyway, before anything, I just want to ask, what in the fuck is that? Can someone explain to me what this is? That little like hump on its other like bottom lip. What is this? What can someone tell me what this is, please? Like, what the fuck is this thing? This thing's chin looks like the stomach of the average rural American. That chin looks like whatever the fuck kind of animal this show is from. I don't even know what. That chin pops out more than Kim Kardashian's fake ass. Like, what is this? Can someone like explain to me what this is? Where the fuck did this come from? Panthera doesn't have it. Thylocatator doesn't have it. This thing looks like it was stung by 1,000 bees. Like, I don't even know what to say, dude. I'm gonna be using this thing in PvP, and the only thing I'm gonna be thinking about is, god damn, that chin. That chin looks so fucking ugly. What in the 8 circles of hell is this? I genuinely want to know. What in the goddamn fuck is that chin? Because, oh my Jesus, that thing is like, it just pops straight out. That thing looks like a car seat. I, I mean, I might just spend like the rest of the video just roasting the shit out of this thing. It looks like a lion, but at the same time, I can't even take that thing seriously with that chin. So, the chin looks like the D of the Dell logo. Like, I really don't know what to say about it. It's just like, oh my god. Okay. Anyway, aside from that, I've been excited for this hybrid. Okay, I'm gonna just get that out the way. I've been excited for this hybrid, and I knew it would be Thylocatator because, you know, Lydia was gonna pull a fast one on us. So thank God I saved my Thylocatator DNA. Oh my god, is this thing a strong hybrid? It's, in my opinion, a top 5 unique. I'll have to see what you guys think, but I think this thing is going to be top 5. Piercing counter nullification. Again, I'm pretty, like, because people were dumbasses and they leaked the Panthera tops. Lydia got pissed off and scrapped the hybrid, but I'm pretty sure this is a reference to what it was supposed to get. Piercing counter nullification and determined strike. Obviously, none of the components have this, but Megalatops does, except for the nullifying part of that. But then, it's whatever. Nullifying with for the Panthera and armor piercing for the Megalatops, so it makes sense. Hunt on Escape immediately makes this thing one of the best things in the game. Clever Girl has it. You guys don't need any introduction to who Clever Girl is. Hunt on Escape is one of the best on escape moves in the game. Just because nothing can really swap out on you. You're gonna gain attack. You're gonna gain 100% dodge. You're good to go. No, nothing can get to you. Only thing that can really swap into you is an Alberto Sevia or a Styracosaurus. But other than that, you're safe, essentially. You're safe. Nothing can really touch you. Swift Wounding Swapping, again, another really good move. You can slow down and bleed. It's precise as well, I'm pretty sure. Now we get on to Determined Strike. Again, you guys don't need no introduction on this. It is one of the best strike moves in the game. Shredding Wound. I'm pretty sure this thing is an impact and has 40% bleed for 2 turns, I'm pretty sure. Very good move again. However, it does have a delay, so you're only really open to with Determined Strike and Evasive Hunt. However, you could probably, if you're quick enough, you can Determined Strike, Hunt, or whatever, you can Hunt, Shredding. This thing's gonna do so much, wreck so much chaos. And then you have Floating Dual Claw, which strike move, I believe, and it gives you dodge, distracts the opponent, and hits twice. So that's very good, and it goes through dodge. And its reactive is okay if opponent's damage is reduced, which it most likely will. Target the highest HP, attack 25%, and bypassing armor. So, again, very good hybrid. I'm expecting this thing to have some crazy stats, some resistances. Absolutely cracked hybrid. This thing's going to probably, shake up the meta a little bit. I'm excited for it. It's a big cat hybrid. We haven't gotten a good cat hybrid since Smile Enemies was a thing, and since Lydia seems to hate cats, apparently, and nerfed that thing a million times. We got Pantherator. Pantherator, I'm excited. I'm excited for all the nerf threads that this thing's gonna unleash. I don't care. I'm glad that we finally have a decent big cat hybrid. I'm hoping Lydia continues on forward and gives us more just wild cat hybrids. That's all for the new creatures this update. We've gone over 8 of them. Now we're on to the new abilities. I'm just going to skim over these real quick because I'm running out of time and I have to go in like 9 minutes. Devious. Okay, we got a lot of... Okay, you know what? No, I'm not going through all that. You can... I'll leave the notes down in the description below if you guys want to have a read through this yourselves. What do I think of this update? I think it is a... Oh yeah, the buffs. So we have... I'm going to just go over the buffs that... Okay. So Tenatosaurus, it's getting these buffs. I'm sorry if I'm rushing this. I have to go in like 5 minutes for like a meeting or something, And I'm pretty much gonna stop recording this, head out the door. So I have this thing. Diabloceratops is gonna... Alacrenix, this thing is gonna... I think it's gonna receive good treatment in the meta. Decimating Telesin is now a delay of 1 instead of 2, which is great. Fierce Counter, love it. Attributes, you get the damage buff, health buff, speed buff, and distraction buff increase, which is great. However, I don't think 25% is going to really do much for it, so we'll see what it does. Scootificure, I know a lot of people are excited for this thing, so am I. I think this thing will be pretty good in legendary tournaments now. However, since legendary tournaments have no meaning due to Omegas, it probably won't, but we'll see. And then Skulosaurus, this thing as well, very, very good buff. Maybe ruins quite a couple raid strats, but who cares really about raids anymore? It's all about the Omegas, PvP, and tourneys. That's pretty much about it in terms of the update. What do I think? I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10. I'll not say solid, but I give it a good 6 out of 10 just because we get so many Omegas in this update, and I just wish we get the hybrids. But Utyrannus, it looks fun. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for this. And there's so many raid strats now that I can incorporate. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, I'm having mixed thoughts about this update, but Namnagia, or whatever it's called, Namagia, that thing's going to be insanely fun to use in raids. Pantherator, I'm excited to use that. Crimson Chin looking Let me know what you guys thought of this update, and if you think anything needs a nerf, buff, what have you, let me know down in the comments below. I've been your host, Tiger Plays, and that's going to be a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all in the next video, and hope maybe on Tuesday when the update goes live. Catch you on the next one. Peace.